Oh shit, my mic wasn't muted on OBS. Lol. Whatever. Thankfully, it was muted on my mixer. So you guys didn't hear me screaming profanities throughout my apartment before walking onto the stream. Where's my... There we go. Shkadoop. Hello, gamers. Hello, video gamers. Ja, diesen Stream ist die Showmatch. Das ist richtig. Ich habe ein bisschen Jahren in Schule Deutsch gelernt. Although I might have that syntax actually that syntax was mixing up some I think some Korean syntax in there. War gut? Ah. Dude, I swear to God, the way my brain works, it's I don't have like specific like language modes. I just have English or foreign language mode. So I'm like I was like I instinctively was just going to respond to you in Korean. Which is kind of funny. But I'll do this too, where I'm just like... where I will like say I'll try to say a sentence in my head in Korean, but I won't know the word for something in Korean, and my brain will fill in the German word. Oops. Anyways, talking's gonna be late, so I'll play a ladder game or two. I got new keycaps for my StarCraft keyboard today. It's the first time. I'm playing with them right now. Bull, no way, you're lying. Whatever, I'll do it I'll solo cast or whatever. Yeah, okay. Is there lore behind this grudge match? Yes, and I'll explain that when we actually start it. You can join, but do you know, I mean, you know GuitarKing a little bit, at least from MCanningser, but do you know Luolis? You do, okay. Do you know that his entire personality is that he wants to kill himself? He has written some things to me on Ladder, nice. And he is Finnish. That's correct. That is correct. It's probably a good idea for you to try to keep your job. Well, I agree with that. That's generally a good thing to do. Oh god, a 43 Protoss, not like this. Alright, let's see how these new keycaps feel on this keyboard.
You have too few minerals. Your workers must gather more minerals.
Yeah, you would think so, Go Puncher. You would really think so. However, have you ever seen me play Ladder? Oh, this guy's talking to me in Chinese.
You have too few minerals. Your workers must gather more minerals. Gather more minerals first. Your workers must gather more minerals. You have too few minerals. Gather more minerals first. You have too few minerals. Gather more minerals first.
What?
I love Gemini, you know?
Love you too. This guy's not scouting me. There we go. There we go. He scouted me.
You must construct. I am here in the shadows. You have too few minerals. Your workers must gather more minerals. I state thy bidding. I am the heart. I am the voice.
Oh my god, he just YOLO'd the stalkers? That's insane.
We state state. You require my skills. Very well. I am the voice. Your research has concluded. I am the voice of the immense. Here. Gather more minerals first. We are one in the shadows.
Where's this dude's stalkers? Oh, it's Jover. What's a grudge match? It's when two people have an argument and then it's settled by getting down in a video game. Like real men, I agree. Yeah, so far the new keycaps feel not bad, I think. They feel pretty good. There's some nice double shot PBT keycaps. So the whole reason I even have these now is because I bought a new keyboard that's like super nice, super like just insanely high quality, thocky sounding keyboard that's just like super smooth. It feels amazing to use and it sounds amazing. But the size is smaller. Like the actual keyboard size is smaller, but the thickness of the whole board is fatter as well. So not only does that mean that the F row is moved over, which I tried to get used to but couldn't, the actual size is... Here, I can show it, yeah. Yeah. GuitarKing's late. How do I show this? Which thing has my screen? Or has my face? Nope. Which one is it? Not this, not this. Nope, not that. Do I have no thing with my face on it? Just bigger? Hello, it's me. So here's the new keycaps. They look very nice on my old Varmillo keyboard. However, you can see it's a normal TKL 10 keyless board, right? However, the new board that I got... You didn't sit on the floor, you bitch. I have another chair. This is my other new keyboard, the Rainy 75, which is absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous keyboard. The sound is incredible. I don't know if you can hear that. Hold up. Doesn't that sounds amazing? Oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, I love it. I literally can't get over this keyboard. Literally every single time that I switch, because so the problem is, as you can see, it's a I don't know if this is 60. It's either 60% or like 70 or something, 66 or something. This is a Rainy 75. I don't know, whatever percentage it is. It's not a TKL. I'm not a zoomer. What the fuck? So the F row key is over. So the F1 key is over the 1 instead of the 2. So I couldn't get used to that. And also the keyboard, it's like, look how, like, this keyboard is actually fucking heavy, bro. Like, this thing weighs like, it literally weighs like over 10 pounds. I'm like blown away at how heavy this thing is. But you can, it's like very thick. How do I show this? Like the actual board itself is thick. So my wrist has to rest in a really awkward way for it to be natural, whereas this board, my Varmillo, you can see how thin this is. See how thin that is? So my hand can kind of, if it's a bit better. It's a floodlight? No, it's only because the camera lighting is different. The camera, my shitty webcam doesn't pick up the lighting correctly. It's really not bright at all. It's not that bright. So it makes so using the other one makes my wrist hurt a bit because like just the way the angle that it is, so it's not comfortable. So yeah, now basically I have a typing keyboard, which is the Rainy, and then I have my Varmillo, which is my StarCraft keyboard. But then because the Rainy is such high quality, I got so used to the keycaps that now playing, just not even just the keycaps and even all the other stuff, just playing now, using this keyboard, I could feel like the just general low quality of it compared to the Rainy. And so I was starting to get kind of annoyed at it. It just felt very like mushy almost. It was just kind of like a mushy feeling, not very crisp or whatever. So I started to not like that. So I was like, I can't switch I'm not gonna just change all the switches because that would just be unnecessarily large amount of effort. So I'll at least get better keycaps to update the keycaps, and so I've done that. And that was a very long explanation for why I now have new keycaps on my StarCraft 2 keyboard. But I honestly just kind of wanted to talk about keyboards for 5 minutes, so I just did. And my review is that it does make the keyboard feel better in the way that I wanted it to. I like these keycaps have a slightly deeper like divot in the middle of the cap that like your fingers kind of rest on, that the Rainy keycaps also have, that I was getting used to on that and started to like. So I like that more. And the sound and feel is slightly better. Obviously, changing the keycaps is not going to change the actual switch feeling, but the feeling is slightly better, which I do like. It feels a little bit sturdier and like feels a little less flimsy, you know what I mean? So, I'm satisfied. But it's also now kind of making me want to bring this keyboard to a keyboard shop and ask them to lube it for me. Because I've never actually had any of my keyboard switches lubed, and people are saying that it's like, people say that it's like so much better, but I've just said it's like not fucking worth the effort because it's like, I don't want to take my whole keyboard apart to do that. And I also don't want to just buy all that equipment for like using it once every 3 years, which is stupid. So I might see if there's some keyboard shop that will just do that all for me. And I think that will improve the feeling of this board heavily. Because I love the shape of it, the ergonomics of the actual keyboard, how slim it is massive for me to be able to play StarCraft on. So finding other keyboards that have the same profile is very difficult. So I haven't switched off of it for years now. Anyways, does it have Hangul keycaps? No. I haven't had Hangul keycaps in a long time. The only time I ever had Hangul keycaps was like I got these shitty ABS keycaps long time ago before I knew anything about mechanical keyboards very well from WASD. I got it from WASD keys. Their whole thing earlier on was the whole selling point of WASD was that you had that fully customizable shit before anyone else was really doing a lot of the customizable shit. So you can just get any keycap with different letterings on them and stuff like that. So I was like, oh my god, that's so sick. And I can get my own color combination. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. So I got them with Hangul on them. And then that's actually a terrible idea because one, if you have Hangul on the keycaps, it doesn't make you actually learn the muscle memory. And two, those keycaps were actually they were shitty ass ABS keycaps, and the tops of them faded off so quickly. So they were just terrible. So yeah, no, I don't use Hangul keycaps because it actually makes you learn how to legitimately type better without having them, because you have to actually memorize and remember where the things are. So now I can type in Korean without having to look down on my keyboard. And by now, I mean, like, I was able to do that years ago, but the point was that I only started learning to do that after I got rid of those shitty ABS keycaps. Where is GuitarKing? Oh. Anyways. Dude, I love that. Dude, this other key, I can't get over this. Literally, because like, I have to keep switching between this board when I'm playing StarCraft and then the other board. So, like, I kind of get used to this board again, and then it makes typing on this board feel just, like, brand new again. So, it's like, I get used to, I like, fall in love with the amazing feel and sound every time again. It's like, oh. I literally can't get over typing. I love this keyboard so much, dude. Oh, it just sounds amazing. It feels amazing. I literally love this keyboard so much. But I can't play StarCraft on it. Badoop. There we go. Sounds like rolling marbles. I know. You want to hear it even more close up? I'll take an excuse to put the mic right up next to it again. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god, it sounds so good. Hold up. Dude, I love this. I love this keyboard so much. It sounds so good. Well, you are uncultured and don't understand, okay? You don't understand what we're doing right now, and that's okay. But you're completely uncultured, and that doesn't mean you can make fun of me. Because you can't appreciate a good quality keyboard, all right? And you're still stuck using your fucking your fucking supersonic sounding 20-year-old MX Blues on whatever keyboard you're using. That sounds like a fucking nuclear bomb getting dropped every time you press the key. You're in your fucking Destiny wannabe phase from fucking 10 years ago. With your DOS keyboard lookalike. You didn't actually have a DOS keyboard lookalike, but that was the meme. Anyways, GuitarKing said 20 minutes late. It is now 18 minutes past start time. So we have 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes to kill. We played one ladder game against a 4300 Protoss and beat him so badly, I forgot what it was like to even lose. Anyways, I hope chat is doing well. We will be starting the grudge match whenever the people are online. I should probably go to Europe. It's probably a good idea to be on Europe right now. Best of 5, best of 7. Why are they fighting? I'll explain. We will explain. Me and Bull will explain once we're getting started. GK is now officially late to the time he said he was going to be late, so he's double late. True. Soon TM, says GuitarKing in Discord. Where is Luolis, as Roddy likes to call him? Oh, channel ATP, I see. And he's not there. Wait, what? Why did it do that? No, what? Why is this auto-filling? What? This StarCraft chat is auto-completing. There we go. What the fuck? I don't have permission to create or join that channel. What the fuck? StarCraft, what is wrong with you? Real time. What the hell? What is this giant ass emote in my chat? How did that happen? He used bits to send a giant emote? What the fuck? You gave me bits for that? Holy crap. Thank you. How many bits do I get for that? Am I rich? That just fund my whole fucking... Oh my god, another one? 750? Oh. You bitch. It's 30. Nice. Thanks for the quarter. Thank you guys. Thank you for the quarter. Or the dime. Sure. Where's GK? I agree. Throw a penny my way so I can buy more keyboards? True. Darking, what are you doing? Get in StarCraft, you bitch. Oh, GuitarKing having a hawk moment. Thank you for that. Alright, well, once I get confirmation that both of these players are in the party, then I will come join you in the caster desk. And then we can talk about this. Until then, I will sit here and do nothing. And relax my voice. Oh, my meeting starts now in 6 minutes, so I'm just going to leave now and come back ASAP. Nice. All right. Wait, no, Bull, how about here? Come here. No, Bull, let's both give context to this at the same time, okay? So that way we can, we'll do that and then you can leave, okay? How about that? Okay, here, let's do it. All right. All right, you there?
I am, in fact, here.
Excellent. All right, so yeah, we're gonna get going soon with the GuitarKing versus Luolis grudge match. Just the most amazing grudge match I think that we've ever really had in ATP. With some incredible backstory that was happening last night. This literally was formed last night. Bull, do you want to talk a little bit about the scenario that led to this moment right here?
Yes, so essentially, Luolis comes into ATP, as he usually does, to complain about losing to someone. And in his defense, he talks about how frustrating it was to play against Raynor, because Raynor, obviously, as a top pro, is just so much better than him that playing against him feels sort of hopeless and suffocating, which I think is a perfectly fair thing to say.
Sure.
And as ATP normally does, they interpret that in the least charitable way possible, which is to say that they interpreted it as Luolis complaining that somehow playing against Raynor was unfair for some reason. Now, this led to a discussion about Luolis' mentality in general, anger, how we react to StarCraft and losses. And GuitarKing started to sort of lean into the idea that he was exceptionally zen, mentally sound, a perfectly competent, emotionally intelligent young man. And I made a comment that, I don't think that maybe GuitarKing actually is mentally liberated. Maybe he's just trying to tilt Luolis, and Luolis did not understand how that could possibly tilt him. And I said, well, it's because he's better than you and he's less sad, so you just have a skill issue. And Luolis did not agree that GuitarKing was better than him, despite the fact that, according to my calculations, GuitarKing has been consistently higher in MMR than him. Not only Luolis' Protoss, but also his Terran, which is his main race. And that was enough. Gemini started hitting the alarms. He started initiating a code red, throwing the money around, throwing the show match offers around. And here we are. Not only is this grudge match for money, but it's also for Luolis' last shred of StarCraft dignity. After losing the Cannon Rush bet, after 2 seasons of waste management, absolutely shitting the bed in ATL, there's not really a whole lot left besides, just calling someone out in chat and trying to take their lunch money. So here we are.
So true. So true. Well said, Bull. Very nicely surmised. I think it's also worth noting as well that the whole reason you even did mention the whole MMR thing is to the point that Luolis has hinged his entire personality on the number itself. Yes, the number of his MMR, and so that was part of the debate as well with the whole thing. So getting the entire gotcha moment by saying that GuitarKing was in fact higher than him in the thing that he said he valued most, and he is going against that. He is disputing that fact. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. So it's gonna be $25 from me, and then 15 from each player, and then Moth also in Discord decided to match my 25. So there is currently 75. Did I do that math correctly? 75? $75?
Sure, I wasn't paying attention. Probably.
It's 50 and then 15 each, right? 30. Wait, what? No, 70. $70. $70 in the line for the winner. Winner takes all, of course, and the loser will lose 15 of their very own dollary dues. So yeah, that's the situation that we're going to be having. And they are just going ahead and pick all the maps and everything like that. Bull did suddenly have to do some meetings and stuff like that. So you will be having to dip in and out, apparently, of the cast. So does that mean you have to
Yes.
leave right now?
That means that I am going to walk to the other side of the place I live and go get off of this computer, which is the good computer, and go to the other computer, which is the bad computer, and I will be on a meeting that will last an indeterminate amount of time, and then I will come back. So what's going to happen is that I'm just going to mute myself, and then I'm going to Larimbo this cast, where I will jump back in randomly and start screeching immediately. And when that happens, no one can be sure.
Nice.
Okay, goodbye.
Thank you. One of the problems with this, though, is that he won't be in any of the games. So that will also be fun, is that he will then be casting with the natural Twitch delay as well. So that will be fun. But anyways, that's the situation that we have here. The players are currently vetoing and picking the maps right now. So they've each vetoed a map. There was a veto for Post Youth from Luolis, and from GuitarKing it was Dynasty. And now they are picking all the maps and all that good stuff. So yeah, we're going to get into this as soon as we can, whenever they are both ready. And it is a full-on best of 7 situation. That is what we're going to be having. You can stream via Discord, yes, but Discord streaming is really dumb sometimes. And takes way more internet than it should. Even though I have insane internet, it still is dumb sometimes. Especially if I'm already streaming on OBS as well. These guys are taking an eternity to do this map picking. There we go. Finally, we did it. Alright. The maps have been picked. We are going to be getting into this one. The seat has been leaned back. And we are about ready to rumble. I am very excited for this. There will be plenty of shit talking, as per usual. Whenever there's a grudge match, both players open themselves up to massive amounts of shit being thrown at them. And so that will be happening. I hope you all enjoy. So here we go. Into the first game of this sick best of 7 grudge match. Someone needs to do a prediction. Prediction. Start prediction. Who win? Luolis, GuitarKing. Oh, I can't. I hate this in OBS. Oops. Submission period. I will give you 5 minutes. Shkadoop. There you go. Alright, perfect timing. Alright. Hold up. Let me switch a couple things really quick. Get my stream deck thing to be correct. The casting one, so I can just do this, and boop. Great. Let me get rid of the ATL stuff. There we go. Alright. All right. I am so ready. I am absolutely... I just... Oh, I cannot wait. And so... on the bottom right-hand side of the map, the voice of reason and preacher of Zen gaming. Never getting mad at anything in his life and feeling extremely superior because of it. It is none other than GuitarKing. And on the top left-hand side of the map, the living embodiment of that one annoying kid in school that would immediately cry anytime that they got less than an A on any test whatsoever. And he writes out the most legitimately concerning messages about his willingness to die with alarming consistency. It is Luolis. Oh my god, and here we go. All right, GuitarKing is gonna open this up with a proxied Stargate. This is absolutely incredible. GuitarKing knowing that his opponent is just, oh my god, it's a proxy Robo, even better. Oh my god. GuitarKing knowing that his opponent is just going to be full on tilt double Robo. Oh, I love it from fucking GuitarKing. This is how you play a grudge match, all right? This is how you play a fucking grudge match. Luolis, the absolute peak of Protoss balance wine. The moment anything goes wrong in the way that it's not supposed to, he will be thrown into a tornado of emotions and be tilted off the face of the earth by simply the existence of said Sheningas. And it's going to be a double Robo Immortal build out of GuitarKing. Will Luolis figure this out? Will he put 2 and 2 together? He's not seen a pylon at the natural. He hasn't been able to go up into the main base very much yet. And it doesn't really look like he's actually noticed that anything is awry, because he's going for a totally normal opener. He's just sitting his Reaper in the middle of the map, not scouting for anything that could be going wrong. Oh my god, this is an incredible way to start this match. And the proxy gateway as well to help with the follow-up all-in, perhaps. Not making probes. The Reaper has yet to come back into the base. GuitarKing has left himself vulnerable to this by bringing the Adept forward. I honestly wouldn't really mind him just keeping it here just to be super safe, because this Reaper will find its way back in eventually. I think maybe he F2'd as he's sending the Adept back home in a haste. However, it's the Reaper's just being put back to patrol, and now here comes the Prism with the double Immortal, with only Marines as defense and a single Widow Mine. The pickup micro from GuitarKing as the Widow Mine shot almost connected, but onto the Immortals there. I'm actually amazed at it. It didn't. Hold up. Okay, the Prism micro is a little bit iffy now. It started off looking like we were just gonna win the game with the first 2 Immortals, but for some reason we just stopped picking them up after a little bit. I think maybe he just wanted to make it a little bit. I don't know. Maybe make it a little bit even, and didn't want to immediately win the game. And unfortunately now, that means that the tank is out and these batteries will start to get sieged, and now it's also given time for a Viking to get out, and the Marines have proper cover here. So now this is actually looking not that great for GuitarKing, when initially it looked like it was about to just completely win him the game, and now the Viking is zoning away the Prism, meaning that one of these Immortals is going to die, but unfortunately the Marines are fighting outside of the tank safety. We could even jump on this tank if we wanted to, as it's getting stuck here, and he will be able to kill it. We don't want to lose that Immortal, GK. We do not want to lose that Immortal. It is extremely important here. Oh, nice pick off on the Viking, actually. That's very good. Keeping that down will be extremely important if any follow-up War Prisms are to do any amount of damage here. We do have a battery fully finished with a extremely low health Immortal that would love to get healed up by some of that juicy energy. Luolis scanning the situation just to make sure that his opponent is not actually in fact leaving, when he could have honestly just boosted his medevac forward instead, but you know, Terrans just have free access to map hacks at any point in time, so it's really hard for them to not want to use those. So Luolis actually now getting baited to the main base here. Could he get jumped on at the natural, but unfortunately GK is being a little bit too slow on that. Getting some sentries here. Oh, getting 2 sentries here to force field the Shramp as well. Oh, we're getting kind of choked up here on this tank, and that's actually going to make it so that way the Immortal dies pretty quickly here. We could have split those 2 up to allow the splash damage not to hit both of them at the same time, but we still have a 3rd one coming in anyways, and with the force fields here, it's going to allow the tank to also get stuck here. Just kidding, he's just going to push it away. And that will keep him alive for now, but we still have room to move around on the edge of the CC, and it's not going to get lifted! Okay, just finally does get lifted there, and now the Vikings are going off onto the Warp Prism and won't be able to kill it off in time, so the Warping gets down. The next Viking will be able to kill it off, and there's a lot of SCVs getting killed off right now. The Immortals should be target firing these tanks, I feel like, but we're not. The tanks are like the only thing that is keeping Luolis alive in this game, and I'm amazed that GuitarKing has passed the opportunity up to completely target them straight out of the map. I am not quite sure on that decision, but Now we have 2 tanks out. That is a massive oversight by GuitarKing to not prioritize these tanks. He is up a lot of probes at this point, though, as he did kill a lot and did start to probe a little bit behind that, so he will be taking a 3rd base while getting +1 attack, along with, I'm assuming, charge. If this is Blink first, I would be amazed. He's forgotten his upgrade, though. As he doesn't actually have the gas, sorry. He's literally not mining enough gas. He's only got 2 in this gas. GuitarKing, what are you doing? GuitarKing, we have not made the upgrade. I think he's completely forgot about this. Oh, nice little flankerooski here by GuitarKing, but won't actually get any damage done, but will delay the push just a wee bit. This is very unfortunate because he really thinks that he's got charge on the way here when he absolutely doesn't, and he is banking on the fact that he will have this done by the time that Luolis gets across the map. And yeah, that's a very unfortunate thing to... He's even chronoed it again! He's chronoed it a 2nd time while seeing nothing was researching and didn't research anything else. Is he playing like his own little challenge on the back end of this that we don't see, where he's like not using health bars or anything? So he's playing a Velo style where he's just got no progress or health on anything? Okay, finally realizing that he didn't actually start charge, and now he's going to be forced to base trade. And now this is going to be a very awkward situation. Nice force field on the ramp, though. That's very good. We'll be able to kill off all the SCVs here. And there's really nothing in the main, though, so we really should honestly be trying to get right up into the main base as soon as possible, because this army from Luolis is absolutely massive and will not stop at getting up this ramp. I honestly would have even liked to see a force field on the top of the ramp there. But we really need to get deep into this main base. Oh no, the Viking even seeing the 3rd base as well. So we're not going to have that up for much longer either. At least Luolis will be able to initially identify, or easily identify it and just run right over. Here comes the stim in from Luolis, trying to get as many kills as possible, as charge is actually not done because it got canceled. We have a Dark Shrine on the production tab as well, in case we can ever get there, as it's being warped in over here. He has the resources to be able to warp in some Dark Templar. However, the problem, though, is that he won't have anything to actually kill these floating buildings. So I feel like a Stargate for a Void Ray maybe would have been the better option. However, that's still going to be a very difficult situation considering the fact that the army itself is way bigger. So perhaps if he can actually get both of the CCs to burn down and just warp in a few DTs, we are going to be able to actually potentially win this game with DTs if we can just get this thing up. We're not supply blocked either unless we start to lose these. So this... Oh no, he's going to scout it. That's so good. Oh, that's so clutch. Oh my god, Luolis scouting it in time. Oh, Desperation Zealot warp in. I don't know what that is for, as that's not going to save it. And it's going to also lead us to get supply blocked. Oh, it's just... Oh, it's gone to pieces. As Luolis has his units, or buildings, floating in the corner. At the very least, he will draw. But there's no way that he's going to be able to get this situation into a draw. He's just going to straight up win it. As GuitarKing's army is minuscule as the GG comes out, as Luolis takes the first game. A bit unfortunate. Oops. A bit unfortunate. I'll just leave it on this, whatever. A bit unfortunate there, of course, as the proxy double robo was actually very on point. Completely catching Luolis off guard and really should have been able to end the game, but the micro, unfortunately, was not quite it. The micro was unfortunately not there for GuitarKing, flubbing it. What's our next map? Golden Aura? Great. Might be Team Luolis now. Being mad is way better than being Zen. Who the fuck? Why do people just... Dude, it actually blows my mind that people just... Who just randomly joins lobbies? Like, this has always been a massive mystery to me for the... Get out of here. You people are insane. Magnath is cringe as fuck. It's like literally insane. It's like you're just like, you see a lobby join and you're like, I deserve to be here. What's happening? I want to see. I deserve to watch what is happening. It's like insane to me. All right. Oops. All right. Anyways. In the bottom right-hand side of the map, the man that has gaslit himself into thinking that Supernova versus Fruit Dealer in the GSL Open Season 1 2010 is 10 times more entertaining and skillful than any Cyril versus Clem match today in 2024. It is the one that won the last match. Luolis. And in the top left-hand side of the map, it is the one person in the world that talks about going to the gym almost as much as Special does. This is none other than GuitarKing. All right. What kind of sheningas do we got today? What are the sheningas in store for the next map? We're only one game down in this best of 7. Surely we'll be getting a lot of bangers, as we have an early wall off from Luolis as well. Extremely cringe. Although he's going to leave the depot open, potentially hit the probe right in. Nope, just barely closed it off. Very nice. But this is extremely cringe out of Luolis, going for a one-base wall-off build. This is the least testosterone build you can possibly ever do as a Terran player. The lowest test build. And he's just going to use it as a mind game as well, and it's going to expand anyway. So literally one of the lowest test builds you can ever do is pretending that you're doing a one-base all-in and then just expanding anyways. So we'll see if GuitarKing wants what he wants to do with it. Sends a Zealot out, interestingly enough. I kind of like this, actually, though. I do kind of like that. I don't really know exactly why I like it, but I do. Because I feel like it could sort of just put a little bit of pressure on the person that is going for this type of early opener, but then also get a scout off potentially. But then in combination with the Adept, potentially kill some things as well, or at least deny the mining. But the Zealot will come in and scout, gets the kill on the SCV actually. Gets some damage on the Marines as well. So if this Adept can get its booty over here before this bunker is finished, and it will do so, but unfortunately a couple more Marines did spawn out, so... Oh my god, we're actually gonna get the second SCV as well! Oh my god, GuitarKing's kind of based as hell. He's gonna get away with 4 HP! Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Luolis is tilted out of his mind. Now we go straight into Disruptors. Oh, it's Blink, damn it. God damn it. Alright, it's gonna be a single Hellion out of a reactored factory from Luolis. Losing all those SCVs early does impact the build, as you can see. And it's gonna be a double... Oh no, sorry, that's a starport. I thought I was clicking on the barracks again, or the starport, but I wasn't. Alright, we're gonna get the Adept Scout in, and we're gonna be seeing the reactor on the factory, so we'll see if GuitarKing is ready for this. I mean, he's going for a totally standard build himself back at home, going for a 3-gate robo after a Blink opener, totally standard, and come to be expected from GuitarKing. I really would love to see him go for a Disruptor drop one of these games. I would love to see a Disruptor drop at some point. It is my favorite build. It's the one I have the most experience with overall in all of StarCraft. And one that I know will tilt the absolute living fuck out of Luolis. Alright, we're gonna have a Prism coming out, so it will be some 3-gate Stalker Aggression. Gemini Disruptor drop versus Luolis grudge match. What's Luolis' peak MMR? What did Luolis peak at? 5.7? Did he really? Damn. It's true. We did both peak, similar MMRs then. There's the Banshee Cloak from Luolis, the classic. Getting Banshee Cloak at the most random time possible, and then going for another random Marine drop at the most random time possible. Unfortunately, loses more than half HP on that and will do absolutely nothing in return. There's actually nothing back at home to defend. This is the worst build I've ever seen from Luolis, as it has literally no defense against even the slightest amount of aggression. It seems like the Hellions, though, actually, I'm sorry, I'm completely blind, have killed almost every probe in the natural, so that's one thing going good for him. And that actually might be totally fine, because now we get the SCV pool and the Marines and the Banshee back into the base. The Prism getting killed off as well. Unfortunately, GuitarKing getting a bit overwhelmed, blinking forward to kill the Medevac and the Banshee, killing 18 probes of his own. Will actually even everything up. The Hellions, of all things, come for the flank, but will get killed off and shoot away. So with literally the same amount of probes killed by each— What the fuck was that blink? Holy shit. GuitarKing, relax. You are not Cobblestone, okay? Come on. Ease up on that one. But honestly, killing that many more SCVs, evening up the probe counts. At first, I thought GuitarKing was about to die, but he's actually now in a slightly more playable position. Especially given the fact that the stim upgrade for Luolis will be extremely late, given the build that he went for, going for this random-ass mass Hellion into the latest Cloak Banshee and Marine ever build. His stim starting only now at 645 will be done extremely late and give GuitarKing plenty of time to recoup back at home, but unfortunately, he's kind of forgotten that his opponent likes to just spam Banshees, and now is going to start to lose every other one of his probes, as he didn't make a battery or warp in any Stalkers back at home. He gets a couple cancels on some buildings back in the other base, but that's great, but he's about to lose everything here, because he literally only has 1 Observer and 5 Stalkers, and they're across the map, and he's yet to respond to this. He's simply waiting for the Observer to spawn back at home, and thus will be losing extremely too many probes. That doesn't make sense, but I don't care. Alright, well, the Dark Shrine is an interesting choice. We could just be going for a Raven. However, we've decided to swap out the Starport for a Reactor instead. And so then we won't have the ability to make a Raven. So instead we'll have to be a Beta Cuck and make missile turrets everywhere. And then probably lose the DTs anyway. Here's the first one getting warped in. Where is this? Okay, at the third base, alright. So that'll get sent across the map, but that will likely not do anything. GuitarKing finishing his +1. Trying to saturate his third base. If Luolis is up 3-0, can we force him to play toss? No. No, this is a... This was... Oh, that DT. What the fuck, GuitarKing? Come on. This whole thing was under the premise that GuitarKing was better than Luolis' Terran MMR specifically. So he will not be playing Protoss. Oh! The blink forward. Into nothing. Gets half damage on the tank. And then almost loses the Stalker. Sick moves out of GuitarKing. Oh! Trying to delay this push as long as possible, but I don't think it's going to happen as the Immortal is getting frantically chrono boosted out. Extra gateways frantically getting placed down. This army from Luolis is massive. Just unlike his penis. Oh, the 6 scan bait! Oh no! But I got hit by the concussive shell. No. God damn it. Very unlucky by GuitarKing. The scans are... Nope, not up, as we have one more now. As the stim into the natural is nice and strong. We got a bunch of probes getting pulled and a blink from the back and side going onto the tanks here. And the Immortal popping out to try and do its best, but unfortunately for GuitarKing, he's losing absolutely everything. The bio cannot be stopped. More of it coming from the back end as well. And that is a straight up GG. coming from Guitar King as Luolis will take a 2. Sorry, I keep pressing the wrong. I keep just a habit. Luolis will take a 2-0 in the start of the series. Very interesting. It's honestly hilarious that the one build that Guitar King knew and expected Luolis to do completely caught him off guard. This goes to show that Wings of Liberty is better than Legacy. So true. So true. Guitar King is taking a long time to accept the invite. Yes, this is actually... I should have made it... I should have altered the prediction. I even was thinking of that, but I was just trying to do it quickly before the game started. I wanted to do Luolis for Team Anger, and then Guitar King for Team Zen Gamers. But I just wanted to quickly do it. But yes, Luolis is representing the ragers of the world right now in this, as the original argument was that it's impossible to not be mad when losing at video games, saying it's an uncontrollable emotion, whereas Guitar King was simply saying to just not be sad. Real win is if Luolis gets GK to BM. There's no way. And Luolis didn't, or sorry, Guitar King didn't get an invite. Thank you, BattleNet 2.0. Classic BattleNet 2.0. All right. All right. Spawning on the top right-hand side of the map. The player who requires but just a single disruptor ball to be thrown into his face for him to immediately go off on a tangent about how life is meaningless and that it's okay to end it all. It is the Finnish Terran player, washed as all fuck, Luolis. And on the left-hand side of the map, he will not hesitate 1 second to tell you that you should never be angry when playing the video game. But also on the same exact second, also immediately point out when he thinks that you look ugly as fuck. It is Guitar King. Alright. Guitar King is respecting Luolis here, thinking that there's always going to be some sort of proxy racks, as that is something also that he does love to throw in here and there. Will not find it. Another one base wall off here for Luolis, instead into the second barracks. Yet again, extremely cringe and low test. As this is just literally... This is the thing, right? Because... this is like what Larimbo was talking about to me a while ago, where it's the whole thing where it's like, oh, like you're so the Terran player sitting here like, oh, I'm so good, I'm doing a mind game. I do the same opener, but it's slightly different, and then it, you know, it takes a lot of brain power to figure out how to do these types of mind games, you know? But this is literally the simplest mind game I can ever imagine. You just wall off your ramp in the most normal and simple way, and then you do one of 50 different possibilities of a follow-up behind the wall, which literally can never be scouted at all. And, you know, surely he's sitting here being like, oh my god, I'm so good. Look at me mind gaming GuitarKing here. Oh, I did the same thing twice, and he's gonna have a different thing come at him both times. Whoa, he'll never expect it. Oh my god. Guys, I'm so good at the game. Terran takes so much skill. Alright, it's gonna be a Twilight Council on the back end here, right into a double Rax Bio concussive opener. Just for thought as well, I am only half serious with everything I say in this cast. This is a grudge match, so this is going to be just ultimate meme. Oh my god, it's a SCV pull, but just half. Sorry, just a quarter. We're going to get the scout off as well. With a double adept, we should be canceling this. Thank you very much. So we get the scout off on the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exactly SCV pull. Unfortunately, losing one of those adepts is not the play GuitarKing wanted there. You generally want to move them away from the concussive shell marauders, but we will be seeing that there is about half of the SCVs getting pulled, and then a command center behind it. This is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. This is the dumbest fucking shit. I cannot believe GuitarKing does not have a battery finished already. He literally is letting Luolis get away with the worst mind game of all time by just thinking that the build was yet again going to be just a fake one-base wall-off into an expansion, when instead it's not. Luckily, they did barely just finish in time, but unfortunately losing a lot of probes because of it. The overcharged battery getting used a little bit early, I feel like. Did go for the Twilight Council and has yet to do anything with it as well. There's not going to be stim with his attack for just a little bit, so I feel like GuitarKing is actually going to be okay. I think he needs to start, I mean, obviously he doesn't realize that there's an expansion coming up, because why the fuck would there be? So he's actually halted probes for quite a long time here and is really committed to defending this, thinking it's way more committed than it actually is, when really the SCV pull was just a prank. We were on a TV prank show where Luolis was, after pulling the SCVs, looking straight into the camera, pointing, saying, hey look, the camera's right over there, this is just a prank. You didn't actually need to overreact with all those batteries, this was all just a prank show. And he's laughing his way back to his base as GuitarKing wets himself in the middle of the fucking public square. And now he's going to have to pick up the pieces and see if he can find his way back in, which honestly I think he will, because he's still up 8 probes. Which just goes to show just how fucking bad this build is from Luolis. Problem is that the blink is going to be done pretty late here, so it's actually going to be quite difficult for GuitarKing to walk onto the map. So that's a little bit awkward here. So this eventual 3 Rex into what will then be Medivacs is still potentially going to hit fairly hard. So that is still something that GuitarKing has to keep in mind here. This Blake will be finishing now, so his stalkers really do need to get across the map here. He really should not be leaving them home. There's no way there's anything else coming at him right now, except for a follow-up bio push. There's no way there's going to be tech or a drop or anything right now. These units 100% need to be on the map. There we go. Going straight into Robo and charge. I do like this. I like the general tech path here, just knowing that it's going to be a bio follow-up. We can just rush into that Colossus and just try to be as defensive as possible at the front. Please don't lose any of your stalkers, GuitarKing. That is the worst GuitarKing. Please make sure you blink those back. Alright, finally we're getting our first Colossus out on the field. It would be nice if we get some sentries. Nice, very good, GuitarKing. There we go. Getting some extra ones as well. This map is extremely good for the force fields as well, considering the fact that these choke points are quite narrow. There's lots of small areas that you can easily use to force field your opponent in half and deal a decent amount of damage. Alright, trying to do a little bit of poking and prodding, doing what we can. GuitarKing's probe count doesn't feel that high, honestly, given the fact that he was up 8 after that whole shebang in the early game. I feel like he should easily be at 60 or 65 right now. But perhaps he doesn't actually need that many, but I feel like he kind of does. Okay, he's spending his time killing this Widow Mine. I don't think he's realized that the Bio Army's completely found its way across the map here, and he's not in position to force field either. So Luolis is gonna get to walk up for free, literally just like it's Wings of Liberty, where the whole point of the game is to just walk up a 1 force field wide ramp and pray to God that your opponent is not looking, and God does Luolis have experience with that, as he gets right into the natural, kills off the Robo-Bay. Will be able to split to get right on top of this Colossus as it's now far away from the battery, but unfortunately loses the majority of his bio units and has to pull back still. Still not the worst situation for GuitarKing, honestly. It was actually pretty decent. And by decent, I mean not ending the game. So by that measurement, then yes, it was decent. Losing the Robo-Bay is really unfortunate. I would like to see, honestly, another Immortal getting pumped out here. The Warp Prism I respect. However, I wonder if it's all that necessary, as we know our opponent is stuck on 2 bases right now, and we've already delayed with just 2 Zealots on the run by here, so I think bolstering the army might be a little bit higher priority at the moment while this Robo-Base finishing. And then we can get the Prism a little bit later after we know that our opponent is on 3 bases, so then there's a little bit more potential to actually spread them thin with Warp Prism Harass, since there's then going to be more places for them to need to look at. Whereas when you're just sitting on 2 bases, it's a bit difficult to out-harass someone that really only has 2 points to look at. But regardless, GuitarKing's going to go for it anyways. Luolis is completely satisfied with just sitting here, doing nothing, making sure that his 3rd base gets safely put up, even though he could literally just be building it right here and get the same amount done while being completely free to move around the map, not having to babysit it the whole time. So, both players being dumb, and that's great. That's what we come to expect here with this wonderful grudge match, because it's not high-level play, and that's totally great, and it makes me be able to make fun of them. Alright, we're getting our upgrades done pretty well here. Also for GuitarKing, I mean, the 2-2 for Luolis, where's that second eBay? There it is also well on the way, so that's going to be very good for him going into this mid-game. And now he's finally found a random moment to finally walk across the map a little bit again, as he has judged that his army is potentially big enough to contest the map. And at that exact moment, GuitarKing runs right in with the Warp Prism, very well timed, and we'll get into this natural base. A very nicely done move, as he did watch my Harstem coaching video where Harstem recommended to go into the natural and then the main to get maximum amount of damage, and that is exactly what he will do. Make sure to click and like that smash that like button on the Harstem video. Anyways, here we come with the big attack from Luolis, unfortunately literally doing quite nothing right now, as the overcharged battery healing that Colossus and the Vikings simply dying while not being microed whatsoever. And now the force field's keeping the bio from being able to jump on top of anything else, and once they do finally do so, they will just immediately die, as the GG is called out, and we will finally have GuitarKing getting a game on the board here. So we do not have a complete wash, and that's very nice to see, because we don't want 4-0s. Very nicely done. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I have massive habit to just always go to the out of screen button on my Stream Deck. I literally just need to, I'm just turning my Stream Deck away so I don't accidentally click any more buttons again. Okay. Oceanborn. Here's the next map. Luolis forgot to kill GuitarKing. The insta-ready Protoss! GA Protoss! Beep! 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 Oh, thank God he got it. Alright, he wins the show match. Being able to get that fast, that was good. Quick reflexes from GuitarKing. Fucking Warp Prism is a shit unit. Oops. Alright. Excellente. Alright. Top left-hand side of the map. The player that we all know and love. Hailing from the good old land of Finland. The same country as another brilliant Finnish player that some have called the Finnish Phenom. And that Finnish in that ID is usually used as a way of meaning that his skill is so strong that he can just finish his opponents with such massive gaps in skill. However, if we were to use that name for Luolis to call him the Finnish Phenom, it would actually be the measurement of how fast he can finish himself in life, as he does not like it. Here it is, it's Luolis! And on the bottom right-hand side, the king of guitars, he says. However, I think there's a better name for him, something that maybe is more attuned to king of the it's GuitarKing. Anyways, alright, we got a one-base wall off. Yet again from the Luolis, completely cringe as fuck. Extremely cringe opener. Low test. Once again, he's considering... He's just doing the exact same mind game 3 games in a row. GuitarKing losing the probe is an interesting choice. I'm not quite sure about that one, actually. That's a bit strange. And it will just be the normal expand this time again from Luolis, so, yep. Literally the most boring thing he could do, and he's gonna go into the same build that he did on Golden Aura, which won him that game. So, we'll see if GuitarKing is a little bit more prepared for that this time. As the random Hellions coming in would likely be, a big problem to let into the natural yet again to kill 18 probes, so we'll probably not do that, hopefully. Definitely probably. My favorite phrase. Is this... Hold up. That's right? That's correct. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, double adept. Over to the side of the map. We'll be able to scout. Let's see. Oh, zooms on in, tries to get the cancel. Will do so, gets the probe or the SCV kill, as he did one tap at alley-oop with the probe earlier on in the game to allow it to 2-shot. And we'll get both Marines. Luolis asleep at the keyboard. The 6 zoomer reflexes from GuitarKing, not quite, or sorry, too fast for the absolute boomer of Luolis. Literally is 40 years old at least. And it's going to be a scout up here as well to see the reactor and the starport and absolutely everything. However, this time it's going to be Cyclones out of the factory instead of Hellions. And surely, GuitarKing is going to be expecting some Hellions coming back out again. But the double adept scout should be able to continually scout that it will be Cyclones. Unless Luolis just lazily rallies them right into the natural. Which would be hilarious if he did, which it looks like he will. So he's going for the mind game of doing what looks like the same build, but then does something different, which requires a completely different response, and then just completely reveals what he's doing anyways, instead of doing anything else. So, that will, I guess he's just going to run them across the map and try to get damage done, so I guess that's also totally fine. But I also find it kind of funny. We'll lose the Adept in the middle, actually. GuitarKing, again, you're supposed to not lose your scouting units, and he's going to do it. He's just donating the second one as well for, I don't know, just for shits and gigs, I guess. So that was cool. We're not really supposed to do that, but GuitarKing wants to, you know, have a laugh and go for it. So 2 Adepts for free. We'll be getting the Blink and the third base as well, with a Prism on the back end with our 3-gate Blink opener. And Luolis is going to be making more Hellions because he yet again thinks he's playing in a PvZ. with the 2 Cyclones in the medevac this time. And once again, GuitarKing moving out on the map when he knows his opponent is going to be doing some absolute degenerate bullshit and will pay the price for it. Luckily, he was able to recall in time and doesn't actually lose very much. In fact, he lost very little. However, now blinking forward to chase the Hellions allows the Cyclones to drop into the main base and get a few quick kills. And that is when the damage is really going to start to rack up, as the Cyclones do quite a heavy amount of damage to those probes really quickly. Luolis, oh, and then excellent micro display by both players as Luolis forgets, oh my god, and then he F2s it back home. Holy shit, that was just the biggest clown fiesta I've ever seen. First, Luolis forgetting that his units were even there, didn't lift up the Cyclone, letting it die. GuitarKing trying to chase, attacking his own Stalker to not get the damage done onto the medevac, and then Luolis donating the whole thing right back into GuitarKing's begging hands. And let it just not be worth anything anyway. So, excellently done by both players, and now Luolis has to respond to this blink attack with 0 tanks on the defensive end. And GuitarKing going straight into the front as his first option. I mean, that's a ton of units that really can't be microed very well from Luolis, and I think GuitarKing is going to have a massive moment here where he can just completely micro-gap his opponent. Lots of Cyclones being made continually from Luolis. It's just bizarre. I'm just so confused, as they are going to do absolutely nothing as GuitarKing just walks forward into this natural. Cloak is finished for the Banshees. As we now start to lose units, we're going to suicide the Observer. Once again, both players just love donating units into each other for literally no reason whatsoever, and now we have 0 detection on the map for the eventual Cloak Banshee, which is now going to spawn, and will actually do a non-zero amount of damage to these Stalkers before GuitarKing realizes and has to run away. So the situation being, of course, that GuitarKing could have just left that Observer sit exactly where it was sitting the whole time, not lose it, and then just proceed to win the game, because then the Cloak Banshee, the single Cloak Banshee, wouldn't be able to save him. He now sees that it's completely revealed and will now turn on it. Very nice. The one in the main base also going to get killed. And so despite all of that, even though we did a lot of damage and killed a lot of units, we didn't really kill that many SCVs, and we still lost a lot of probes on the back end, so that means our probe count is actually pretty fucking bad. Alright. Yep. Sure, okay. Alright, there we go. Whoa! Alright. What are we gonna do, GuitarKing? What's the next plan here? What's the next step? No way we lose a probe, right? Okay, thank God. What is the next step? We're getting charged. We've got no other tech. We have no robot. We're going mech as Luolis, by the way. I've just realized we're getting the Blue Flame Hellion upgrade and getting extra factories. And we are going mech.
And in the bottom right, it's the
fucking God.
red Protoss player, GuitarKing. And in the top left, the blue Terran player, Luolis. Oh my God, what are we doing here? Why is GuitarKing losing to a guy who makes Cyclones?
Holy shit. Yeah, I know, it's a good question. Thank you. Welcome back, Bull Mojo. You were really right on that just appearing out of nowhere thing, weren't you?
Yeah,
what are we losing probes to? Oh, the Banshees are back. We're continuing to make Banshees, as once again GuitarKing forgetting that Banshee Cloak was researched in this game, and for some reason decided to not respond to it, and he's continuing to not do so. I literally have no idea what he's doing. Okay, there's one of the main base as well. This is awful for GuitarKing, actually. That literally, I think, just lost in the entire game. He's gonna blink into the third base with his charge lots as well, try to focus out the tanks, and get absolutely swatted away.
GuitarKing. Oh, GuitarKing. Yeah, why are we playing a game as GuitarKing against Luolis where we don't assume that it's gonna be Cloak Banshee?
Yeah, like any macro game where it's not instantly going to be Cloak or Hellions running everywhere, I'm just actually, I don't know.
Yeah. It's truly incredible.
He literally called it out as well in the chat yesterday. He literally called this out. He knows what's happening, and he's still throwing his units across the map the moment his opponent's about to attack him.
Yeah, I'm a little confused by that. I'll be honest with you. I am a little confused by that. And also, I don't know if you've. I think Holyhead has been calling it out. Does guitar thing? Does
Guitar thing.
does the guitar thing think that he has to like pay his own money in real life to make probes? Is that what he believes? Because I just like even right now. We're making, we're just now starting to make probes again. It feels so strange, especially
We're only
considering
making
the
2
GuitarKing
probes at a time as well instead of 3.
Yeah,
we're not
GuitarKing has
chronoing
been
them.
very aggressive about expanding and then just not using the nexuses to make probes. It just is. I don't know. Is there something about playing against Luolis that like sucks you down into his like mental state? Do you think that's what it is?
There's a very good chance of that, honestly. There's also a very good chance that GuitarKing has just reached such a level of Zen gaming where he doesn't actually feel the bounds of normal human commodities anymore and has beat capitalism at its roots and doesn't need to spend money anymore. So there's also that possibility coming into play.
That is true. That does feel like the most logical conclusion. Yeah, we're down 40 supply here as GuitarKing. We're losing 10 more probes also to, you're never going to believe this, Cloaked Banshees.
Where does these keep coming from?
Yeah, listen, this is a classic finish move here by Luolis where you think no person could be so sociopathic that they would continue to make Cloaked Banshees this late into the game. But actually, you have to understand, it's not sociopathy when you're Luolis. This is just the standard state of being. This is a man who's willing to play mech against Protoss and then still say, wow, Terran's so shit when he loses. So clearly you're not, oh my god. You're clearly not dealing with someone who's operating on the same wavelength as most of humanity.
Yeah, surely not. I like how GuitarKing is trying to out-multitask a Terran player that has nearly a maxed army when he has about a handful of Stalkers and Zealots as his entire army itself. Losing all of them as well to 2 tank shots as he tries to poke at the 4th base that has already landed, which can literally not be denied whatsoever. GuitarKing is in a massive state of cope right now as he thinks that being far behind still allows him to just send every unit that spawns to try and harass his meching opponent.
Yeah, like this right here, he's gonna get a pretty good number of tanks, and this would be a great move if we had 85 probes and 6 bases, which is what he should have for the record. But yeah, it's not the move right now. Yeah, he gets good damage there, but like we're still down 60 supply. We're barely up in workers. Like the mech army is getting to a state of just complete and total unhinged turtle ability.
Yeah.
And yeah. And like moves like this, we don't have the ability to just mitigate the damage from like these Blue Flame Hellion run-bys because we just don't have the money to be doing the things that we would normally want to do in this situation, like get a bunch of cannons and batteries at every base because we're rich as fuck. So it's just it's not ideal for GuitarKing.
Yeah, I also find it funny that he's only just now going into disruptors versus a player that is already well into tank mech, which is generally not what you want to be doing. GuitarKing, you generally want to be going into disruptors before they're able to amass a large amount of tanks, because that's when the power spike of the disruptors actually fall off. It is still going to be Hellbat Thor, though, as the transition, so it's Luolis still giving GuitarKing an out to hit some massive balls and still tilt him out of the face of the earth. So there's still that going for him, but the rest of the army from GuitarKing is just so pathetically small that I honestly am having a hard time even finding it on the minimap.
Yeah, the other thing, too, is that in a world where Luolis does even like a 50% job of using these Ravens, we just don't have the ability to take a fight at all because we're just going to get an interference matrix set up on our disruptors. We get a halfway, almost decent disruptor shot there, but the army is just so huge that it doesn't matter. Luolis could eat 3 or 4 really bad disruptor shots and still be fine here, to be honest.
Yes, Luolis' army is just about as big as GuitarKing's biceps and his own alcohol addiction, as the units coming right across here getting absolutely steamrolled by literally every unit in the field, and nothing is dying from Luolis right now. This mech army is just so large and in charge. I don't see anything to possibly stop it. The DT Desperation attack will instantly get scanned off as well. And yeah, this is This is about as big of a cope as you can possibly have, as even half the tanks of the Luolis are sat just sieged in the middle of the map because he forgot that he did that about 30 seconds ago.
Yep, this is we're looking at the sort of best mech player micro in the world right now, and it just doesn't matter. It's I mean, we're gonna get a lot of free tanks, but like, what are you ever going to do against this army with 3 disruptors? I mean, sure, you're gonna get maybe like a couple of landed Vikings because those move, you know, slower than almost anything in the game, but this is cope of the highest order. And in a strange turn of fate, I think this is actually the most tilting thing that could have happened in this series, where GuitarKing loses to mech. Yeah, Luolis somehow has garnered himself the mental advantage here. I can't believe it.
Yeah, GuitarKing really just needs to stop moving across the map. I don't know why he thinks he needs to do that. He knows his opponent is going to just throw random units at him at the most random times that are not at all what the standard timings would be for a normal attack.
Yes.
And so he needs to just sit there and just absorb those shitty attacks that are greatly reducing and delaying the tech transitions out of Luolis by going for them, and then attack later and still finding the same amount of damage because the tech is so late. So yeah, GuitarKing needs to zone the fuck in and realize that he had the soul read on Luolis a day before this match even started, and actually start countering the thing that he knew his opponent was going to do.
It's worth noting here that I think a lot of GuitarKing's game plan was to tilt Luolis here, doing things like the double robo opener in game 1, which, by the way, what the fuck, GuitarKing?
Dude,
that
no,
game
that actually was gonna be so good.
Oh my god. Oh my
He
god.
it was totally in his grasp.
Yeah, I've never been so angry in my life watching a game than I was watching that one.
Yeah.
It's backfired. It's backfired dramatically. I think GuitarKing has got to be on the edge of tilt himself here, because I know I would be.
But he's zen as fuck, so he's not letting it get to him, and there's no way that he's angry at all. I do like as well I like the bear semen reference in chat. That's very based as fuck. And just like that exact video of Combat X versus Chill, we still have a bunch of random ass fucking people trying to join our lobbies even in 2024, which is so wild. So that was a nice little combo. I just wanted to point out right there. It does really feel like we are in that nice, wonderful moment of time back then in the Chill vs Combat X video, which is honestly the inspiration that I have for a lot of these grudge matches. I really like to match that energy a little bit. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying. Anyways, Bullmulja, I've been having a fun time introducing these absolute giga-washed nerds. How about you go ahead for a round and see what you got cooked up here?
In the bottom left, the blue Protoss player, who not only is about to lose this show match series, but is also going to be disappointed in finding out that I'm deadlifting again, and so he will never fucking catch me. It is GuitarKing. And in the top right, playing for Micromaniacs despite not being able to micro at all, the light blue Finnish Terran player, who's surely going to spend all 70 of these dollars paying off his debt to Bullmulja and not buying alcohol like a degenerate. It is Luolis.
Very nice. Very good.
Oh, double gas opener. This is extremely cringe behavior. Extremely cringe behavior.
He's gonna do the one base wall off as well. Look at him go. Here's the SCV. He's gonna plant down little supply depot, put it at 1 health, and then go away. What? He's actually gonna scout with it? No way.
What is he doing?
He's gonna let it go in?
Please.
Oh my god.
GuitarKing, please. GuitarKing, please. GuitarKing, please.
Oh my god, Luolis is gonna let him scout his base and not do the same mind game 5 games in a row? Holy shit, he can do more than one thing. That's crazy.
Well, we don't know that yet. This could just be a worse way of doing something he's already tried to do.
That's a good point. He's going for a Reaper. That's already a little bit different. He only did Reaper once in the first game. Let's see if GuitarKing is able to defend the Reapers without going for a double proxy robo this time. This could be the very last game, by the way, which would be a bit sad. This has been going a bit shorter than I expected already. I honestly thought that this was going to be a little bit more evenly matched, given that GuitarKing has been Doing pretty well on the ladder of late. Oh, we're even going to get an SCV to mine out the minerals in the middle and put down a proxied starport. So a very cringe opener from Luolis.
Extremely cringe. Also, I just want to call out that Sewer Badger in ATP has said, for the record, I want to state that GuitarKing said something along the lines of, I can't imitate diamonds because making mistakes like ceasing to build probes is impossible to me. And here
that?
he is, refusing to build probes and dying to the world's worst mech.
No way he said that.
I asked Sewer Badger for a screenshot, so
he said he's incapable of not building probes?
He's incapable of making mistakes like ceasing to build probes.
Oh my god, GuitarKing.
Yeah.
We need,
we need this screenshot immediately. We need that screenshot.
Yeah, we need that screenshot. And if anyone is making a highlight video of this, Karathos, you need to find the moment where he was not making probes for the entirety of that last game and just plaster that screenshot on the screen with it, because that is just one of the greatest things I've ever heard.
100%. 100%. Yeah, also, this is a Luolis classic, by the way, making a supply depot next to your proxy starport.
Okay, that's
also,
fine and dandy, but a proxy liberator?
Yeah, no, this is actually kind of a potentially very good decision. If you can send the liberator to the main at the same time that the Hellions and Reapers are trying to come in. Now, GuitarKing does know that this Hellion Reaper attack is coming, so he's going to make a wall off here, but you can just kill these Adepts.
Yeah,
like, there's no way they survive.
GuitarKing, how have you not made a battery?
I am going to find screenshots of every single time GuitarKing said, what is X Protoss player doing not making a battery in the natural, because this is such an unforced error. It doesn't, he's dead. Like, he's dead. Maybe not in the next 10 seconds, but he's dead.
GuitarKing.
This game is over.
How are we...
Over.
This is... No way, dude. How are we not making batteries against people that open one base? It's literally... Oh my...
I just don't... I don't understand.
I'm blown away. Oh no.
Yeah.
Not like this. So to be fair, it's still one base, but it's gonna be a one base all-in follow-up, so that's another thing. So
yep.
If GuitarKing can recoup a little bit, perhaps he can still find a way to get a win here. But that's a lot of probe damage to recoup it, and with enough time to then still have enough money to get enough units to kill a one base tank follow-up all-in, which is going to be hitting like a truck here, especially because all of our buildings are at the front wall with one single gap to walk through as a defensive point.
Oh, I'm losing my mind. Also, what are the odds what are the odds, rather, that you think GuitarKing's not thinking about Cloaked Banshees right now and doing something like, I don't know, sending his observer across the map? What are we doing, GuitarKing? Why is this observer here?
I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like, we're not even going to get close to finish before this game ends.
Why do we still not have a battery? Oh my god. I'm maulding. I am legitimately maulding. I don't understand anything.
And Luolis coming in with his massive finished dick to just thrust its way into GuitarKing's natural, as GuitarKing is being sent straight home to the gym, as of course he said the thing he does when he is angry, instead of taking it out on anything in his house, is to immediately go lift weights. And that's what he's gonna have to do right now, because Luolis made an absolute clown out of him.
This feels like a very good time for me to mention that Bull has done what's known as a little bit of a pro gamer move and galaxy brained the shit out of this entire situation, because Luolis has not paid me yet for the Cannon Rush challenge, which means that every single one of these dollars is about to go to me. And it's worth noting, Luolis will still owe me $30 more.
Holy shit, hold up. I just found a picture of good what are you, Bolmilja? I found a picture of him just now, actually. Hold up. I just recently realized I have this picture that is Bolmilja, and I've just found it. Here it is. This is actually Bolmilja right here in this whole situation.
Wow. Look, so, damn, this is a good photo of me. Where did you get this?
Yeah, I mean, you were back when you were in Korea. I just had to get a quick candid snapshot of you.
That's a good call.
Yeah,
that's a good call.
It was you know, I saw the moment. I was like, oh, this could be useful in the future. So, anyways, there it is. That is Bolmilja predicting this entire show match, grudge match situation. So very nicely done. Yeah, we'll see if we can maybe get a little winner's interview here, or also potentially loser's interview at the same time. Let's go ahead. I see the screenshot as well. Yeah, but I have to consistently not build workers then, and it feels like I'm just waiting and doing nothing, which feels very wrong. Nice. Very good. Anyways, let's get GuitarKing and Luolis. Interview, please.
I think the odds of GuitarKing joining for an interview are exceptionally low.
And that's a risk I'm willing to take. With that ping, that's totally fine.
Exceptionally.
I mean, we have to have it all complete here. We need the... It's always necessary at the end of a grudge match to have the winner and loser's interview. It's an incredibly vital point of this whole shebang. And Luolis is joined. We'll see if GuitarKing wants to make a quick exit from the gym here to join us back again. I don't see him typing.
I do not see him typing.
So we will at least get Luolis in here.
Yes.
Hello, Luolis, the Finnish phenom himself that isn't Cyril. Welcome. Do you have a bottle of beer open next to you by chance?
No, I don't.
That's a tragedy. How's it feel to, I guess, just send GuitarKing to the gym right now? Because that's apparently what he does when he's mad.
It feels pretty good. I was a bit scared when he chased me, or tried to chase 2 times in a row, but after I won the 2 first games, I felt pretty confident.
Yeah, you won the 2 games without even really showing all of your sick mind games of doing the same exact mind game 5 games in a row. That was pretty cool, man. Anyways, I guess let's talk about the first game really quick. The double proxy robo build. When the first prism came into your base, did you think that you were about to die? Because I think you should have, provided GuitarKing didn't completely fuck up his micro in the end there.
The thing is, honestly, I didn't even realize it was a proxy until I saw.
Oh, I know. We knew that. we were very evident of that fact by that Reaper sitting in the line of sight blocker for the entirety of that early game.
Yeah, I like when the Immortals came, I thought that okay, he's just doing some like warp prism harass thing to be annoying.
You didn't think it was going to be the Immortal?
I mean, no, but even when I saw the Immortals, I thought it was just like a pressure build or something. I didn't think it was double proxy robo.
The classic Immortal drop pressure.
The classic 4-minute Immortal drop pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was just doing it as a mind game.
Mind games.
Mind games.
Yeah,
he's doing it as
possible.
a mind game because, of course, everything I am doing is a mind game, so the opponent must also be doing that. Yeah, I mean, so you didn't answer my question though. Did you think you were dead when it dropped in?
No, of course not, because I didn't even think it was like an actual push.
Incredible.
Very interesting.
The mental fortitude that it takes to not think that you're dead there.
Yeah, I honestly thought we thought you were just gonna be tilted out of your mind.
I thought he was just like, I thought he was just like trying to snipe an add-on or something. I didn't realize he was that all in almost at any point.
Interesting. I mean, because honestly, if he just targeted or juggled his Immortals properly, you literally were gonna die. Like there was.
Oh yeah.
He literally was gonna kill every Marine. The one tank was gonna spawn, and then he was gonna kill it. And then for some reason, he instead decided to not lift them up, and then just lose them all afterwards. So that was cool. I don't know, Bull, do you have any questions about any of the other games? I'm kind of blanking on what happened.
Luolis, did you think at any point as you were researching Cloak for the 5th time that GuitarKing might have seen it coming, or did you always know that much like your hero and your favorite StarCraft 2 player, Special, would say, they never see it coming?
I don't know if it's about them seeing it coming. I just think it's worth it most of the time, because like it's part of the build anyway, and it forces a reaction from them. So
yeah, it's kind of like Banshees are sort of like DTs except better because they fly, they're ranged. I think that's the thing you've always said, is that the Banshee, like most Terran units, is kind of a better version of other units that the other races have. So I kind of agree with the decision to go Cloak Banshees, honestly. It clearly worked out.
I'm not going to be baited at the moment of my triumph.
Well, if I can't bait you during the moment of your triumph, I will instead depress you by saying that every one of these dollary dues is eventually going into Bull's pocket, of course. So enjoy the theoretical and emotional victory, because financially this was a total wash.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Nice. Excellent. Well, I'm glad that we had this, everybody. Congratulations again to Luolis, as GuitarKing could not join us for a loser's interview because he is totally not rage queuing right now by going into a ladder game, because he literally just said that he can't join because he said, sorry, I can't go in VC, plus I'm already in a ladder game, which is absolutely not a tilt queue, because he is extremely zen and never gets mad at anything in a video game. Thank you for joining me. I enjoyed it, and I hope that we can do maybe something like this in the future if any more ATP drama arises. So anyways, thank you, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye. Oh, I thought someone was going to say goodbye to me, so that's okay. Anyways, goodbye. Why does no one say goodbye to me? This happens on the ATL desk as well. I say goodbye, I'll see you next time, and then they're just nothing is said. They're just like, okay, they leave. It's like, okay, it's nice talking to you. Anyways, that's gonna be that. I appreciate it. We will be done with that, and I hope you enjoy this VOD on YouTube. Smash that like button.